What's up, everyone? It's Backwards, making another video. Today, I wanted to talk about something that, it's like the second you hit 18, everybody expects you to have life figured out, just to have everything figured out. But like this video is kind of inspired by another video I saw. It's so the video is this guy, right? He's sitting on, he's like, I think he's like a rancher. He's an older guy. He's like 50, in his 50s probably. He's got a big beard, and he's got a little bit of an like a southern accent. And he's just sitting outside talking about how you don't have to have it figured out, just have everything figured out. He's saying he's like, he's 50 and he doesn't have everything figured out. Like, so how could me at 18, how the hell could I have everything figured out, right? How could anybody? If this guy who's like a rancher and he's in his 50s, he's sitting there and talking about how he doesn't even have everything figured out, then how could you? Like, that's an absurd expectation to have on somebody, to have their life figured out by 18, which is kind of the expectation everybody seems to have of me. And the fact that I'm unemployed without an education right now is kind of going contrary to having everything figured out. And it's just, I think that's so stupid. Why would you expect somebody to have their whole life figured out already, especially at 18? People in their 50s, 60s don't even have their life figured out. So how the hell is somebody at 18, just become an adult, supposed to have their life figured out? It's impossible. Like, you can never truly know what you want out of life until you get there, basically. And to expect somebody to just have their whole life figured out, planned out, ready to go already is so stupid. That's the point of this video. I hate that expectation. It's one of the stupidest things in existence. Like, just like everybody around me and probably around you just expects you to know what to do with your life, just expects you to have everything figured out, when they themselves don't even have their lives figured out. Like, how the hell am I supposed to have it figured out when you don't even have it figured out? Nobody does, truth be told. Nobody does until they die. That's once you get to about that age, you've got life figured out. Because the truth is, you can't figure life out. Life is just a random string of events until you die, right? Like, you can't predict what life is going to throw at you, where you're going to go, what's going to happen. And like, you just can't predict that. So how are you supposed to have it figured out? Like, it's just bouncing from one thing to the next until all of a sudden you're 90 years old and on your deathbed. And you're like, oh, I guess that's what life was. And, like, it's just so stupid. You can't have life figured out, especially at 18. Jesus. Like, there's so much that can happen at this age. Like, you just got out of high school. We just got out of fucking high school, alright? How am I supposed to have my life figured out? Like, education has never been my thing. So, college really isn't... College sucked. It was not for me. But people just expect me. No, you have to go to college, have your life figured out, find the job you want to work. What? Like, nobody knows that. You don't even know that. Like my my parents, for example, they're changing jobs lately. They've been changing jobs pretty quickly. Like they obviously don't have life figured out. So how can they expect me to have it figured out? Right? So if anybody, just basically don't listen to anybody who tells you that you should have your life figured out. If somebody says they have their life figured out, that person is a fucking liar. Alright? Because that person, or maybe they think they have their life figured out. But at the end of the day, they don't. They really don't. Nobody does. It's like it's such a stupid expectation to have. So don't listen to anybody who says that you need to have your life figured out, because you can't. Literally, you can't. And like I said, the people who say it don't have their own lives figured out. So why listen to them? Why listen to these people who tell you these things when when they're just hypocrites themselves? That's the problem with basing your entire life around other people. Other people are fucking morons. Like, they are stupid. They don't know what they're talking about most of the time, especially when it comes to your life. Don't let some other person dictate what you do with your life. It's a very stupid thing to do, because that person can't possibly know. No matter how close that person is to you, they can't possibly know what you're going to do with your life. Well, that's, yeah, that's about all for this video. So, see ya.